Welcome, Guts and Grace family. We are so excited that you are here with us, that you just made a great decision and you joined a fantastic team. And we are very excited to see what this opportunity can do for you. Okay. And the whole purpose of this video is to help you know everything that you need to know to get your business off to a strong start and up and running quickly as possible so that you can start earning a paycheck right away. So my name is Ali Bashan, and I am a senior Ruby ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, almost an emerald at this point.
Absolutely. Okay, my name is Brittany Schumacher, you guys. I am a Ruby ambassador. I have had the privilege to train under Ali, along with several top earning diamonds within our company.
Okay, so I want to start by sharing just a little bit of my own personal journey with you. So I am Ali, and I was living on Cape Cod when I first heard of Plexus, was introduced to Plexus. I really wanted nothing to do with Plexus, but it turns out I actually needed Plexus in my life. I started because of my children, which you will come to find there are a lot of moms on our team who simply started for their children and then shortly figured out Plexus has something that everybody needs. And I will say social selling is simply a set of skills that anyone can learn and get good at. And I have realized that watching other people do this and go before me, and I understand what this opportunity can do and how it can transform my family's life. So I am so grateful that I went ahead and said yes and decided to jump all into Plexus because it is changing my family's future.
Absolutely. Okay, so a little bit about me, you guys. I am a mom to 3 kids, and Plexus came to me because I was watching Ali. I was watching Ali for probably over a year, and I finally reached out to her. And I feel like I'm sometimes the oddball out here. I reached out because of the opportunity. I originally did not reach out for the products. Yes, I 100% fell in love with the products after being on them, but it was for the opportunity. I have always been a stay-at-home mom for my kids. My husband has always been the moneymaker, the one that has always gone, always working. And I wanted to be able to provide for our family. I wanted to be able to just help, right? Be able to bring in a little bit extra, just a little cushion, a little wiggle room. And so I knew being home with the kids, that was very limited, right? So I knew this was something that I could learn. I knew this was something that, I saw that if these people were learning and these people were doing these things and getting to the top, why could I not get to the top, right? There's no difference. We are all people and we all can learn new things. And so I jumped all in, and here we are. And it is far more than I could have ever expected. It's more than a paycheck now. It is, something that is transforming my family's life. So.
Absolutely. Okay. So why Plexus, right? What is it that makes this the best opportunity out there? I will say, I think I could make a long list for you about why this is the best opportunity. But one of the things at the top of the list would be our products, because hands down, we have the best in class supplements. And they're special because they address the root issues that are important for every single person on the planet. Everybody is dealing with blood sugar balance, gut health, or inflammation in one way or the other. And those 3 things are at the root of so many issues for people in America. And they address foundational areas of health. And on top of that, our products are consumable, which means residual income. You have the opportunity to create residual income, right? And we don't have to create a product. We don't have to create anything. We have a free customer service department. We don't have to deal with a shipping department. We don't have to carry inventory, you guys. Most of the time, we don't even come into contact with the products that we are sharing and selling to people that we know. So all we have to do is be willing to share. And those are some of the benefits, I would say, of our products.
Love it. Okay, the people. So first of all, the people we work with, right? We have the biggest and fastest growing leaders on this team, you guys, and that is such a blessing to work alongside these people. So speaking of that, working alongside these people, that is another blessing, is you get to pick who you want to work with. I know we have all been in situations where that may not be the case, right? You guys, you get to pick, who do you want to work with? Who do you want to link arms with? Who do you want to run with? Who do you want to grow with? And that is such a blessing.
Absolutely. Okay. So obviously the paycheck, right? If we're going to talk about business, we have to talk about the money, right? So social selling is actually one of the fastest growing business models in the world, and some of the wealthiest people in the world either own or endorse social selling companies. So what I love about this model is that it helps ordinary people like me achieve extraordinary things, right? And you got to really think about that. There's very low startup costs involved here. A lot of times people have to pay thousands of dollars to start up their own business in overhead or just to get things going. So there's very low startup and very fast return on your investment, okay? Because you can start making a paycheck as early as a week in, and it's also a learn as you earn type of business. So you don't have to come in with experience or skills or anything like that. You are going to earn and you are going to learn along the way as you are earning. Okay. So also know that the thing that makes this business model so special is that there's never an income cap, right? People who are working in their typical 9 to 5 jobs, they want to know, like, what are they going to cap out at, right? You can only do so much in most jobs, and then you've kind of reached your limit. But here, there is no limit. There is no cap. You can multiply this exponentially as far as you want to. You can, replace your income. You can bring in a little extra, or you can earn complete financial freedom. Okay. So you got to really think big about that when you first get started here. Um,
Yeah. So you guys, like, I really want to encourage you, think big and be willing to work hard. And as cliche as it sounds, the sky is truly the limit with this.
it really, really is. She's not lying when she says that. Okay, so here you can see these are the ranks listed all the way from silver to diamond. And the only way for you to not be a diamond is if you quit. So just resolve yourself right now and never quit. Okay, these are the ranks that you will climb through. We get paid 11 different ways, 5 times a month. And like I said earlier, you can literally get paid within your very first week of starting. Okay. Plexus is also a debt free company, which allows this company to be very generous with the compensation plan. With really fun incentives and prizes that we can also earn. I know the computer I'm using right now is something that I earned from Plexus, and we also are backed by Morgan and Stanley, have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, and we are consistently awarded as one of the best places to work in Arizona, which is where our home office is, and we are always ranked high in the direct selling news and one of the top social selling companies on the global list. So this is hands down a great company to partner with. Okay. And at Emerald, you'll see here at the bottom, Emerald, Sapphire, and Diamond. Those are our 3 jewel ranks in the company. And at Emerald, you have the opportunity to start participating in the Lexus car program, and you earn a luxurious trip to, most of the time it's to Hawaii, but somewhere very, very tropical. And it's the first rank where you start earning 6 figures. Okay. And on average, the diamonds in our company are typically making what a brain surgeon makes. All right. So we have very simple systems in place that will help allow you to go as far as you want to go on your journey to diamond using these simple systems that we are going to share with you. Because you guys, it really is possible to make an extra $1,000 a month, or an extra $2,000 a month, an extra 5, an extra 10, right? It's not just for special people. We have a lot of people that Brittany and I both know are making that and then some. Okay. We really are confident that you can do this.
100%. Okay, so fast start silver, you guys. It all starts with silver, right? So what that means is you have helped 3 people get started on their health journey with using your referral link. This gives you the opportunity to link arms with people to grab that accountability right away along your journey. So not only are you then being consistent with your products, so you're starting to feel better, your health is getting better, but like Ali said too, you are now getting a paycheck right away.
Yes. I will say that the first 3 people I signed up were 2 girls from work and 1 lady from church. And they are all 3 still with me, right? Brittany, who were the first 3 people you signed up?
All friends, actually. None were family members. All three were friends, and they were my closest friends, and I went to them, and that's who it is. You got to look at the people that are comfortable with you, like the people that you could just have any sort of conversation with you, the people that are going to support you no matter what. And you tell them, hey, this is what I'm doing. Do you want to do this with me? Heck yeah, let's do this, right? So grab those three people. So easy. Everybody knows three people.
You really do, right? Everyone knows three people. I'm sure there's three people that are coming to mind right now as we're talking about this, because people are literally praying for relief from something that we have a natural solution to. Okay. So if you're not the one to tell them about it, somebody else will. And here is the deal with going silver. Like we said, everybody knows three people. It is super simple to go silver, but it's also a very big deal to go silver, because when you hit that milestone, you earn yourself a very nice paycheck. Okay. And all of those three people that you signed up, they know three people that you don't know. And those three people know somebody that they didn't know. And that is how you can multiply your business. Okay. You can be crazy successful here, even if you don't know a lot of people.
Absolutely. Okay. To me, this probably is the biggest thing. So, what is your why? Your why should drive you, right? You've got to have something that's going to drive you and get you out of bed every single morning. So, what is your why? What your why needs to be literally right in front of you. And to me, what that means is that it's the difference where you are now and where you see yourself in a year. Where do you see yourself in 3 years and in 5 years? Because you guys, if nothing changes, nothing will change. You have to be the change, and you have to be the reason why that is changing. Um, with this, you have the ability to design your why. With this, with this opportunity, you guys, you get to choose what your life wants to look like. If you want more time freedom, more financial freedom, if you want to go on trips every single month, whatever that looks like for you and your love language and your family, you can literally do that with this. For me, again, I thought that if I could just bring in an extra $500 a month, like, that's just a little more wiggle room. Like, that's going to allow us to do more things, maybe send your kids off to camps and this, that, and the other, these things they want to do. But then once that started happening and you start realizing, okay, if I just earn 500 a month, why can I not earn $1,000 a month? Why can I not start earning $5,000 a month? 10, like, literally, again, the sky is the limit. So you have to be okay with embracing the hard, because it's not going to be easy. There are times when it's not going to be easy. Yes, these systems and everything that we're going to give you is going to walk you through it, but you always have to go back to your why. You have to understand why you are doing this, what is driving you. And I'll tell you guys right now, my why has changed. My why went from maybe making an extra $500 a month to now I want to retire my husband and not let him work anymore. I want to bring him home to be able to just be with us and not always be working. So your why can change, and that is okay too. So embrace that and run with it.
I love that. And I completely agree with you. Like there will be challenges along the way that you will face, but this is really a simple business. It just won't always feel easy. Okay. But it is very simple, and you really can design a life that you love, because most people just accept their lives. Most people react to whatever their circumstances are, but you can actually design a life that you truly love. You have to be willing to get out of your comfort zone, because that is where change happens. That is where the growth happens, right outside your comfort zone. Okay, so what do you actually have to do to start making money in this business? Well, it is very simple. There are only a few activities that actually are going to make you money, okay? And we call them income producing activities. So if you see the acronym IPA, that is what it stands for. First of all, talking to somebody new about Plexus that you've not talked to before is going to be key. Okay, that is what we call a new contact, or follow up. Follow up is when you have talked to somebody about Plexus before, but they haven't joined you just yet. And then the third thing that is income producing is going to be helping other people do those same things. Start new conversations and follow up. Start new conversations and follow up, and teaching others how to do that. So let's also talk real quick though about some things that are not income producing, because sometimes in the beginning, I think we've all been there. You're so tempted to think about Plexus really hard all day and you'll feel like you've been working really hard all day, but really you haven't done any actual work. So don't fall into that trap. The things like scrolling social media, chatting with your team, that kind of stuff is not income producing, although it's plexusing, it's not actually income producing. So Britt's going to share some of those do's and don'ts.
Yeah, so the do's and don'ts of sharing, you guys. I'm gonna start with the don't. So, like Ali said, sometimes we get started, which is totally natural. That was us too. You get so excited, you want to talk about plexus, 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 right? But resist the urge to not puke plexus on people. We are in a people helping people business, right? So you should honestly be spending the majority of your time listening to people. You should be asking them the questions, what are you struggling with? How long have you been struggling with that? Like, ask good questions, but be listening, because people want to be heard. So don't be emotionally attached to the outcome too. This is about them. Again, this is all about them, and it's okay if they're not ready to go with you right away. If they're not ready to grab their welcome pack, if they're not ready to roll it, that is okay. And I promise you, that is a majority of the time, and we will show you how to follow up with that as well. And the last thing, you don't have to be the expert. Okay. If you are relying on your knowledge to, give that information, people are automatically going to think, I can never do what Brittany does. She knows everything. She knows way more than I could ever learn. There's no way I could do that. So instead, we're going to give you and provide you also tools that you can use to share those with people. For example, if you share a video with somebody, they're going to think, oh yeah, I can share a video. That's super easy. You copy and paste a link. Like, you don't have to be the expert. Okay, and then our do's. So be others focused. Again, this is about them. This is a people serving people business. Do strike up a conversation about Plexus. Don't just assume that people are going to come to you if they want to know more. More often than not, that is not the case. So you have to talk about Plexus, right? It's never going to get talked about if you don't talk about it. And then do ask questions. So my all-time favorite question to ask is, what is keeping you from feeling your best? They tell you, and then you go from there. How long have you been feeling like that? That has got to be so hard. Be genuine with your questions too, but asking questions.
Love that. Questions are so important. So starting a Plexus conversation, right? I will say that the key is honestly going to be consistency. You will hear us say that all the time, whether we're talking about anything really, because consistency is the key to anything, whether it be your nutrition, whether it be parenting, whether it be your marriage, right? You have to be consistent in all areas to find success, especially because if you look at the response rate here, you want to be sending out messages, starting new conversations 5 to 10 times daily, because of this typical response rate being 1 out of 10. Okay, so that means 9 out of 10 people probably aren't going to respond right away. A lot of times people get busy, people are not always on their phone. So I like to give people the benefit of the doubt and realize they probably did want to respond. They just got super busy, whether they're picking their kids up, getting them in the bath, getting dinner ready, and they wanted to respond later that night and they just forgot. So that is also why we will be talking about follow-up as well.
And I absolutely love that too, real quick, just because it is all about consistency. So you can literally fit this in the nooks and crannies of starting your conversations or sending your messages. But I love that consistency, honestly, is the focus that just compounds and gets bigger and stronger over time. Okay, sending a message, right? So start with a personal connection. Fight the urge to just jump in their inbox without having any type of personal connection with them, because they want to know that you see them. They want to know that you actually care, that they're not just somebody you're trying to sell to, right? So for example, yeah, starting with personal connection, I thought of you because maybe you looked on their page and their little one was starting kindergarten. And you said, hey, I saw your little guy started kindergarten. Goodness, I cannot believe how fast that goes by. How did he like it? Get that credibility with them. So they know, oh, wow, she is seeing me. She sees what I am doing. And that goes a long way. And it shows them that you care too, right? So then you can, then you go into, gosh, I know when mine started kindergarten, I was a hot mess. I was so emotional. I couldn't believe my final baby was, starting kindergarten. And, I thought of you because I recently started Plexus, and that has helped so much with my energy and my mood and all of these things I was going through. Would you be open to taking a peek? So find something to connect with them. Check out their page, look at their pictures, see maybe they went on a trip or somewhere that you can talk about with, and then, make that transition into the Plexus.
I agree. And I will say, sometimes sending out those messages at first can feel a little bit scary, but the sooner you realize it is about having conversations with people about Plexus, it's going to make sending messages about Plexus a lot easier, because if you just look at it as like, that's your job, 5 to 10 times a day, I'm going to send a message because this is how I earn a paycheck doing this. Okay. Do you want me to read this or do you want to read this one?
I'll take this one first. So here's a beautiful sample message for, again, starting that Plexus conversation. So, hey, Allie, happy Monday. How have you guys been? I cannot believe how big that sweet baby of yours has gotten. I love seeing his pics. Anyways, I wanted to connect because I know what it's like to be a super busy mama putting everyone's needs above your own. And I thought maybe you're feeling a lot like I was feeling recently. I thought I'd reach out and share about something I'm super excited about. My gal Brittany just introduced Plexus to me to help me with my energy levels, digestion issues, migraines, stubborn baby weight. I have no clue if this is something you'd be interested in or if this is for you or not, but I thought I'd see if you're open to taking a peek.
So simple, so relatable, so normal, like two moms having a conversation. Do you know what I mean? Think about these messages too as, would you say this in person? Like, this is a super personable message examples that we're giving you guys. So I'll read this one if that's cool with you, Britt. Right? So you could say something like, hey, Lisa, it was so fun seeing you guys at church this weekend. Let's plan a play date for the littles to get together soon. I'd love to catch up. I actually wanted to reach out since you were on my mind. You mentioned that you were struggling with, it could be allergies, headaches, anything really, whatever you know that they're struggling with, whatever you guys had talked about. And I think I found something that could help. I recently started with Plexus and I'm really excited to see how it helps me. A friend of mine recommended it after her awesome results. It would be so fun to do this together. Are you open to checking it out? And by using keywords like together, you mentioned that you were struggling with this. You're also kind of asking for accountability, letting them know that you just got started and you want them to do it with you. That's accountability. Okay.
Love that one. So screenshot this, you guys. Screenshot these messages. They are golden. Okay, here's another one. So, hey, Bridget, so fun seeing y'all this weekend. I know the last time we talked, you mentioned wishing that you guys had some extra money to pay for swimming lessons and the soccer team. Well, I think I found a way that you could do that. I've recently decided to start sharing some supplements that have helped me a ton, and I thought that you might want to check this out with me. Since I started doing this, I've been noticing what qualities people who are successful in this company have in common. And honestly, you remind me a lot of them because you're self-driven, you're motivated, you're, outspoken, whatever the thing is that they are, right? Give them a compliment. I'm just curious, would you be open to checking this out? Again, you're asking for their permission. And nobody's going to turn down a compliment. Nobody doesn't like to feel good about themselves, right?
I'm going to say everybody loves a genuine comment about themselves. And it's nice too, because like Brittany said previously, you really do get to pick who you work with. You really do pick who you're sending those messages to, and you get to call out the good qualities that you see. So this is, if you ask me, a very happy business to be a part of as well.
Love it. Okay, so sharing a tool, right? So now you get into those conversations. Now they say, yeah, sure, I'd be open. What do you have? Tell me something more. First thing is the triplex video, you guys. So we generally start everybody off on triplex. Why? Because it is root healing and it addresses those main things that's vital for long-term health. Yes, are all of our other products amazing? 100%. But when they are paired with triplex, that's when, we see the amazing results. So triplex video, again, sharing a video, how simple is that? You copy and paste it and send the link.
I will say too, any corporate video is a fabulous tool to use. And corporate has a whole YouTube channel of videos. Your team, you can ask the person who shared this with you where to find more videos. We have the videos. They're so well done and they're so easy, and kind of takes off you being the expert for sure.
Exactly. And we don't ever want to be the expert, right? So when somebody, again, does respond to your message and says, yeah, I'm open, you say, great. Okay, I want to send you really good information. So what is keeping you from feeling your best? Where do your health goals lie? They'll respond and you say, okay, I have this really good video. This is going to explain it way better than I can. And then you send it. Even though I know so much information about triplex, you guys, I do not want to be the expert. I want to send that information, send it along, right? Okay, next thing is our product stories. So say somebody is struggling, they tell you that they're dealing with low energy or headaches. You go and find, we have so many resources which we'll talk about in the future too, that you can send them a testimony. You can tag them in a testimony that relates to them. Let them read that. You can screenshot it and text it to them, however you're communicating, but let them know that they are not alone, that what they are going through, other people go through, so they can see the outcome. They can see that, oh gosh, she's not dealing with headaches anymore. Okay, that could be me too. And then the final thing is the biz story, right? So say I'm talking to a military wife. I know in the back of my head, my friend Bridget, who is now a diamond, I can now reach out to her. I can connect them. I can send them Bridget's doc story, her diamond doc story, right? Like, show them something that is relatable. Say I'm talking to a homeschooling mama. We have, diamond documentaries, wowzers, that you can, help people relate to these people. So it casts the vision for them. It shows them that they are not alone. It shows them that they are somebody that is just like me. Maybe it's a farmer's wife, a teacher, whatever that looks like. We have all of these tools that you can provide for them.
Yes, you really want to create them seeing themselves in whatever story you're sending, whether it be a product testimony or a diamond documentary or a really amazing business story. You want them to be able to see themselves in that story. So keeping it people focused, right? Let's see, I guess.
Okay.
Go ahead, Britt. You're good.
All right. Invite to get started. So when they're ready to join, you invite them to order a welcome pack. It's that simple. You got your referral link, right? So when you signed up, you got your referral link, you send them that referral link. You can walk them through every step of the way because you did it on your own. So you know exactly the steps to do so. And then you always have your sponsors to reach up to as well that can help you along that way. So once they watch that video that you sent, once you sent that product testimony that they could relate to, you ask them, what could you relate to in that video? What that post, that picture, whatever it is that you sent them, they respond, they say, oh, wow, like I didn't realize that she struggled with this XYZ. I struggle with XYZ. She's not feeling better. That means I could feel better. Then you tell them, okay, yeah, that sounds like Plexus could be a great fit for you. So were you ready to go ahead and get started? Or do you have any other questions that I could answer for you? It just transitions them right along into getting started. And you know what, guys, if the timing isn't quite right, then you're going to add them to this follow-up flow that we'll show you next. But with the timing, it's never going to be perfect, right? People are on their own time, and that is okay. And I promise you that is normal. Okay. You'll put them into that follow-up flow. You need to trust the process and know that, and just be okay with their timing. This is about them. So you need to be okay on their timing.
Absolutely. So we are going to share a little bit more on the importance of follow-up, you guys. You don't want to get someone who's interested, but the timing might not be right, and then you never check back in with them, because what you've done is set it up so that the next person that shares they're going to end up joining them, right? Because the average exposure is 8 to 12 exposures for Plexus. So the perfect example is, imagine if you shared 7 times. And then on the 8th, it was somebody else who happened to share because you kind of gave up, right? So you want to be present with your people, not pushy, understand that they will come around. The timing does have to be right, but keeping in touch with them, right? Following up with them. If I have somebody who is interested and I got all the way to asking them if they're ready, and then I didn't hear back from them, I'm going to put them into a follow-up chart pretty frequently. I'm going to be checking back in with them weekly, maybe every 2 weeks if I don't hear back from them. And then I will start the share, send, invite all over again. Okay. Also, an ignore is not a no. I cannot tell you how many times it looks like people are ignoring you because you can tell that they read the little message and you're just like, oh, what did I do wrong? What could I have done? Like, you start to think all these things like, what did I do? Don't do that. Okay. Give them the benefit of the doubt, and ignore is not a no. Most of the time they just got busy, or they didn't have enough time right then to sit down with you and really figure out which products are going to be the best. But an ignore is not a no, not at all. Okay. And also keeping it organized is going to help you so much. I don't know how people do this without a planner. I am a pen to paper kind of gal, so I love my paper planner, but there are apps that you can use. You can ask your friend about what apps they use and what might be helpful to you, but you want to keep it organized. If you reach out to somebody new and you need to follow up with them, in 5 days, you go write their name in 5 days later, or you put it in your app, whatever it is that you need to do. But you want to keep yourself organized because eventually you're going to be talking to a lot of people, and you'll want to make sure you get back to them.
Love it.
Okay, so here is a follow-up flow for when they do respond to, okay, yeah, I'm open. What do you got? Right? You're going to move forward with the send, share, invite. And if they don't respond to that message, you can wait 2 days and send the following follow-up message. Okay. Hey, Britt, I know life is crazy busy. I can barely manage to shave both of my legs at the same time. LOL. So I was just curious if you've gotten my last message and what your thoughts were. Super normal, again, super relatable. I would say that to like a mom friend. You know what I mean? I have used that message before. Okay. Because that's really what happens is people do get busy and they just didn't get the chance to get back in with you yet.
Love that one.
I do too. You want to take this one?
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Move forward. Okay, so here's another example. So, hey Britt, how was your weekend? It looks like you guys had so much fun. I know I've mentioned Plexus to you before, and the timing just wasn't quite right. But since then, there has been some awesome things happening. Insert something awesome. You guys, it doesn't matter if it was between you or your team. Maybe you've hit a rank, maybe you've hit 2 ranks by that point. Maybe you just earned a really cool prize, whatever that is. Insert something really cool. And it doesn't always have to be about you. It could be about your friend that it happened to too, right? So I was just curious if this is a better time for you to take a look at this, because I really think you would love it. Could I send you a short video for you to check out real quick?
Yes.
Super relatable.
And I would send this one even 2 weeks later as well. I think I maybe messed that graphic up a little bit, but I would send this one probably like 2 weeks later because I want something awesome to have happened, right? Whether it be a new product or, my mom's health story, or I just hit a new rank, got a bonus, something awesome that I want to go back and tell them about, especially if it's something that I feel like they'd be super excited about too. I'm definitely going to go back and follow up with this one. Do you have notes on this one, Britt, or you want me to keep doing this one?
Yeah, I'll do a little bit here. So continuing the conversation. So like Ali said, so hey, since we talked last, my mom actually has noticed this. Use other people. Don't just think you always have to talk about your personal, whether that's your health testimony or your business side of it too. Use other people to talk about. So share about those health wins. Share testimonies. Again, whether that's you or other people, share about new products. You guys, we are always having new products that come out. For example, you could tell somebody, hey, so we had this new product come out and I thought of you because I know you mentioned that you could use some extra energy. This clean, natural energy, and then go into talking about our active, right? So there are so many ways to make this focused about them. You are serving them. Another way is offering a sample. Maybe that month you had an extra slim hanging out in your, that you found in your diaper bag. Totally has happened. And you can say, hey, could I offer you a sample? Do you want to try this pink drink? My active, I like to call it my mom fuel. Do you want to try this mom fuel I have? Like, this literally powers my day. Send it to them. Share current promos. We always have some type of promo code going on. And you tell, hey, maybe the timing wasn't right then, but now like I have this additional savings. Like, do you think this is a good time for you now? Last thing is invite to an event, whether that's virtual or in person. We are always on this team having at least an event once a week. There is always something to invite these people to, whether it's a messenger event, something on Facebook, whatever that looks like. In person, you can do sip and sees, but there's always something to invite to, engage with them, help them, pull them into this community too, because again, the people, that is a huge part of why people will stay.
So true. I will say I love a good in-person event. I love doing sip and sees with my team. It is so much fun. I'm a big believer that any sip and see can be super successful if you have good food. You have good food and you have conversation, and people are going to be happy to be there. They're going to be trying the products. So I'm all for an in-person event. And we also, like Brittany said, we always have some type of virtual event happening at least once a week. So continuing the conversation in business-wise, because y'all, you will have people who are dream teamers that would absolutely rock this business. So I like to follow up with them in a business sense, right? So you can share about new rank ups, whether it be yourself or like Brittany said, you don't always want to be talking about yourself. You don't have to be, I can go message somebody who maybe they know Brittany and I want to celebrate her ranking up, or somebody on my team ranking up, or somebody in the same profession, like they said, that they can relate to and see themselves in, sharing about that. Still, don't be emotionally attached to the outcome, because those dream teamers will tell you no for the longest time until they are ready. And that's okay. That's okay. It's totally fine, because one day they'll be ready, right? And again, don't focus on being the expert, even in your continuing conversations. You also want to make sure that in between your follow-ups, you're engaging in their social media. I love to respond to stories because it's personable. They see me seeing them, right? I can usually ask a question off of their story and kind of create conversation that way and continue to build the relationship.
And I love what that stories too, because that switches up the conversation. Maybe you were talking a little bit about Plexus and then you reached out in their story. So it kind of just, mixes up that combo a little bit too.
I agree. I agree. So this is all about a little about handling objections, and you will hear us say, or you can find trainings on the feel, felt, found method. And this is very, very relatable. I mean, it makes me feel like a normal human being because it is so stinking relatable. When somebody gives you an objection and you can say, I understand how you feel. I felt the same way, but what I found was, and you can apply that to any kind of objection that comes up about money or about, being too busy, not having the time, all of that kind of stuff. And there are tons of trainings on that. So we won't go into every single objection, but these are a few of the most common objections.
So
So
I'll take that one. So I
okay.
can't afford it, right? I mean, that's your typical, I would say that's the one I get the most often is I
Yeah.
can't afford it. So again, like Ali just said, I understand how you feel. I felt the same way, but what I found was Plexus actually saves me money. If they go into why, maybe let's add up all the coffees you're getting daily, the snacking, the this, the that, like your current vital, all these things. You could give them, show them why. And then you can even add in there, and actually I'm making money now too with it.
Yes, exactly. Another very, very common one is I am not a salesperson, or I don't want to be a salesperson. So you could simply use the method as in, I understand how you feel. I felt the same way. But what I found was that I share things I love all the time without getting paid for it. Every time you post your Starbucks, every time you post your dinner, every time you post your donut or your cookie or whatever it is that you got, you are social sharing, social selling, you're just not getting paid for it, right? So I'm a big hair girl too. I share hair products all day long. I don't get paid for it, but it's a normal thing to share what we love and what works well. That's key.
Even experiences like, hey, I just went to the movies. You guys should go watch this movie. Same
Absolutely.
thing.
Absolutely.
Okay, so using social media to grow your business. You guys, this is such a tool that it is okay. Maybe you're not big on social media. That is okay. Some people are more in-person people because they're constantly out and about and seeing people and mingling. But for me personally too, being that stay-at-home mom where I wasn't able to interact with people on the regular like that, social media is an amazing tool. So why we should use it, it allows you to say something one time that literally so many people can then see. It helps you serve a large audience. So it is a great tool. I do encourage to post immediately. People love to follow your journey. And even if you just started, you just ordered your welcome pack for the first time, it's okay. You don't have any results yet. Obviously, that's totally normal, but you can share about your excitement. You can share and tell people that this is the journey I'm starting. Watch me. And again, it's just like saying like, oh, hey, go check out this really cute boutique. I just bought this cutest little bathing suit for my daughter. So it's the same exact thing, right? And then add new friends daily. Add new friends. That is the point of this. We are meeting people and talking to people and engaging with people. So add friends daily.
Especially if you're somebody too who does meet people out and about face to face, add them on Facebook real quick. Like, hey, can I send you a friend request? I want to make sure we stay connected. And then they're going to start seeing your social media posts. So you really can grow a lot on social media because of the fact that more people are seeing your one post. So that is kind of a big deal. if you think
And
about
with
it.
that too, real quick with the social media, there's tons of groups, you guys. Even for me, I live in a very small town, but there are Facebook groups for, for moms, Facebook groups for gardening, whatever you're into in your hobbies. We're not saying to go like again, Plexus over in those pages, but that's how you can meet people. That's how you can engage and conversate and add new friends, is going into these different groups.
Yes, I agree. That's a very good point because you got to think about it too. A lot of the groups that you're in, those people, you already have something in common with them if you're in the same group, related to a subject. I'm a special needs mom, so I'm in a couple special needs moms Facebook groups. So we've already got that in common. There's already, that's where I am able to make new friends with specific groups that you already have something in common with. So a first post example, these are some fun examples that you can make for yourself. You can have your friends make who are just getting started. But I'm going to read this one. It says, I'm so excited to start these natural gut health products. My friend Allie has had amazing results with weight loss, balancing her hormones, and reducing sugar cravings, increasing energy, and more. I'm so pumped to, and then whatever struggles you're dealing with, right? I'm so pumped to be sleeping better. I'm ready to have more energy, whatever it is, mental focus that you are dealing with and what you hope to see. I would love a few friends to do this with me. Accountability is so helpful for me on a journey like this. Drop a comment or message me if you'd like to see if this could be a great fit for you. So you're asking for that accountability because I don't know if we said this statistic yet, but it's something like 80% of people will continue to order if they have somebody doing it with them because there is that accountability factor. You don't want to let each other down.
Love that post.
I know I do too. And this is another one that is super fun. So I'm sitting here looking at this pink drink. I'm a little embarrassed, a lot skeptical, nervous, and just at my wit's end. My friend Bridget has been using these products for forever. I've watched from afar, careful not to like her post or look too interested because honestly, I thought she was nuts. But I want what she has. I want more zest for life, for my children, for my husband, for myself. I thought that it was normal to nap on the couch every day, and I justified my short temper with my kids and my husband because I'm too busy. But Bridget, I trust her to be honest with me, and I can feel her heart in all of this. So today I'm taking the plunge. I'm starting. I'm nervous because this is so not me, and it may so not be you. However, I want this for anyone out there too, who like me is skeptical and miserable. Who's ready to take a journey together? Our families will thank us. I absolutely love this because it is so stinking relatable because you guys, you don't realize how many people will tell us that they have been watching us for a year or so before they finally were like, okay, I think I want to know what she's doing, People will watch. And this is so miserable and skeptical. I mean, a lot of people come to us like that. I will just say that.
100%. Okay, when you get into this posting, right, it's important to keep it compliant. So we have to protect our business. And because we're not medical doctors, we can't go on there claiming certain things. So things that you can't say, medical conditions, disease names, names of medications, any misleading information. Things you can say, you can describe the symptoms that you're feeling. You can say how you felt and feel, and then share or post or comment any health related articles. So it's obviously not coming directly from you. You can always share privately. You can always share in messaging and on the phone or in person. You can talk about these things, but as far as posting and putting it out there on social media, we need to make sure that we are staying compliant.
Yes, it's very important to help protect our company. And I will also say what I have found over the years of doing this, rather than saying a specific medical condition, just saying, whatever it is, versus describing symptoms of that and how it's impacting your everyday life. People can see themselves so much more in the pain that you can describe or whatever the symptoms it is that you can describe. Because if they're dealing with that, they know exactly what that feels like. So describing your medical conditions rather than naming them end up being way more relatable for other people.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So
So
set goals and stay consistent. Consistent effort over time equals results, you guys. I know you will hear that over and over and over again, but consistency truly is the key. And that comes with taking your products to getting your health goals. And that comes with working the business side of this, right? You can't come in with just sporadic bursts and expect that your audience is also going to see you as credible, right? You can't come in and just claim and say these things maybe once every 5 months, they don't know that you're continuing on this journey. They have no idea because you're not talking about it. How would they know? So they are watching. I promise you, they are watching. So post about it, talk about it, share about it, be excited about it. Staying consistent. That's what's going to keep this going. And then also get to silver quick, right? Get to silver quick and help your people do the same. You all have people in your life that would support you again, no matter what, right? If I was if I was an Eskimo and I was selling ice, I could probably tell 3 people that would buy ice from me because they love you and they're going to support you no matter what. So go to those people first, talk to those people first. Not only are you going to get your 3 people very quickly, you're going to build your confidence, right? You're going to realize, oh my goodness, I can do this. That is so simple. Literally, everything that we just laid out for you is the steps to follow. And we want people also to cover the cost of their products right away, which they can do so when they hit silver, and then earning more. Like Ali said, getting that paycheck in your first week, nothing brings a smile to your face more than that. And that progress is such a great motivator. I mean, people see that progress and you feel that progress. And again, it's like, holy cow, I can do that. Why can't I just, I can do that over and over and over again. That's all it is consistency over and over and over again.
Yes. And there is a really good quote that I have heard. I'm not sure who said it, but they say you can work this business part-time, but you can't work it sometimes. So even if you're doing part-time, kind of more so in the nooks and cranny, you have a full-time job, being consistent in those times that you are working rather than just doing it sometimes when it feels good or when it's easy or when it's convenient, because consistency compounds and over time you will see your results.
Absolutely.
So utilizing your tools that you have available, you guys, we have as a large team, we have places for you to go and places for you to plug your people into, right? The first tool that you need to remember and start to utilize is the Guts and Grace info page. That is your resource page to use to add people into. I will often say, hey, let me add you into my resource page. There's something in here I really want to share with you, and then send them an invite. Okay. We also have, you'll see GG is Guts and Grace. So we have a GG headquarters team page for more businessy. You'll want to be in there to follow some of these simple systems, how to go silver in 7 days, all of the things. Our team calls are all going to be in there. So that is a fabulous place to be and learn and absorb in. We have a GG social page to help with posting ideas, story ideas. We all like to put our own testimonies in there so we can share each other's story compliantly, but we have that available to you. We have team calls every Monday. Sometimes we have evening calls as well. You can talk with your specific friend who invited you here to figure out what calls are happening and when. We also do team book clubs and calls, which are very important to you guys. Reading the books through this journey has been something I wish I would have done from the absolute jump. I can't tell you how impactful certain books are. Anything by John Maxwell is amazing. We're studying through Atomic Habits right now, but there's something to be said about coming together, discussing what you just read, and growing together. So I wouldn't miss book club. Book club is one of my most favorite things, right? And then again, utilizing your tools with your triplex video or any corporate video is going to be an amazing tool for you to have.
So the big question, where do you see yourself in a year from now? You guys, this again stems back to your why. So we want you to think about it. We want you to really, really think big here and think, if I could craft my own story, if I could make my own life, what would that look like? And we just provided you all the tools to help you get there.
Absolutely. Absolutely, you guys. And this really can be simple. It is very doable. You just have to be willing to get out of your comfort zone and open your mouth. That's it. Anybody can be really, really good at social selling. You just have to learn the skills, and we are here to help you do that. So we hope that this video was helpful. We hope that you get plugged into all of those tools and all of those groups. And please reach out to your friend after you've watched this video to find out where to go for everything next.